Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm behind the blue background, which means I'm doing a declutter today. This is in front of my closet, and this isn't just any declutter. This is the I'm moving in 2 days. I gotta pack up my makeup declutter and what am I gonna bring with me on my move, and what am I going to pass along to friends, what am I gonna say goodbye to, what is expired that needs to be thrown out. I know I did this one about maybe almost a year ago now at this point, but it feels like I need to do it now. I do have a little bag that's wheelie that I'm gonna put all my makeup in because I'm taking it with me. And yeah, let's do a giant makeup declutter. Think of this as like a Marie Kondo of makeup declutters. Does it feed me anymore? I'm gonna start with eyeshadow palettes this time. Basically, if I decide to keep them, I'm gonna just put them right in this bag immediately. Eyeshadow palettes. Eyeshadow palettes, let's do this. I'm gonna start from the biggest palettes to the smallest palettes. That feels like the right thing to do. The first 3 palettes I have are these huge mega palettes from ColourPop. I have the Matte About Hue palette. This is a pretty recent purchase. It's an all matte colorful palette. I'm definitely keeping this, and I bought it because I don't have a lot of matte colorful shadows in my collection because I feel like last declutter I got rid of a lot of them. The next one is the Stone Cold Fox palette. This one is a bunch of cool toned neutrals, and I don't have a lot of cool tones, so I recently bought this and I'm gonna take it with me because I was like, what do I need in my collection and what don't I need? This is the ColourPop So Jaded palette. This was a Kathleen Lights collab. One of my all-time favorite palettes and one of the palettes I use the most. Just so interesting and fun and creative. Totally keeping that. So these 3 are definitely going in a bag. Feels so weird to be moving, but here we are. Feels weird to leave the bedroom that I've been in for 26 years, but new beginnings in 2023. Okay, next I have 2 palettes from... This used to be the company Glam Vice, it's now Gavizi. These are water activated liner palettes. This is a pastel palette, and this is a, I would just say like regular palette. It has, no way, the pen just came out. I'm gonna be very delicate with this one, luckily. Okay, and then we have this one, which is like, I feel like regular colors. There are 2 metallics in here. I love these wet liners, this company's wet liners specifically. I have so many of them. I'm definitely keeping these. Then we have the Game of Thrones Urban Decay collaboration with this whole Iron Throne thing. And this palette actually slips out, so it looks like this. Last time I said I couldn't get rid of this because of memory's sake, and I'm gonna stick with that. I can't get rid of this. Also, like, Urban Decay doesn't make stuff like this anymore. It's really unique, really beautiful. Be keeping her. Next we have an Ace Beauty palette. This is the Nostalgia palette. It is full of some bright colorful mattes and a few shimmers. I don't love Ace Beauty's shimmers, but I do love their mattes, so I'm gonna keep this one because it has a bunch of really unique looking shades. Then I have from ColourPop the Lust for Dusk palette. I actually just used this the other day. It is a beautiful fall palette. Like, this is just fall. And I had had my eyes on it for years and it was on sale, so I bought it, so I'm definitely taking this with me. I feel so inspired when I look at it, and I don't usually wear warm tone shadows anymore, so very interesting that it called to me. Then we have a recent purchase as well. This is the Peanuts X Wet n Wild Merry Christmas collab. I think this collab was one of my favorites like ever. The color story of this palette is interesting, but I feel like I'm gonna keep it because the shimmers and the glitters in here are really unique, really opaque, really beautiful, and the mattes are good too. I feel like I can do a lot with this palette. I just have to like sit down and do something with it. Next we have the Tardiest Pro palette. I got this in a BoxyCharm a while ago. I am gonna keep this palette because Tarte matte shadows blend like an absolute dream, like butter. I feel like anytime I use a Tarte matte shadow, my look is just incredibly elevated, and the 4 shimmers on the side are really good too, really unique. Then we have the Juvia's Place The Tribe palette. It has these shades, which I think are really unique, really interesting, but actually I have not even thought about or touched this palette in probably a year, so I'm gonna pass it along to somebody else. I'm gonna put it in a little pile of makeup to pass along to people. We don't actually have that many other palettes, so that's exciting. Next is the Alamar Reina del Caribe Volume 1 palette. It looks like this. It's really pretty. I used it a lot when I first got it. Wow, this is hard. Do I keep this? I'm gonna keep this because of the shimmer shades, and I love these 4 shimmers at the top. Very unique. and like incredible. I'm gonna keep this one. We have the Urban Decay, what is this called? Born to Run palette. It looks like this. I'm gonna keep this and keep it forever because if I do travel and want to take makeup, it has a huge mirror and all of these shades are really, really cool. They have pops of color as well as some neutrals, but like the shimmers in this palette are crazy. You know what? Looking at this palette and looking at this one, I'm actually going to give this one away and keep this because a lot of the shimmer shades that I liked from the Reina del Caribe palette, I think are like right over here. Yeah, I'm going to keep this palette and give that one away. I'm going to keep this for sentimental reasons, but I'm just going to tell you, this is the Dose of Colors KDX Desi Friendcation palette. Again, insane shimmers. This duochrome on the bottom here looks purple and light blue. It's absolutely beautiful. A friend got me like a gift card because I helped them so much in college. Very dear friend of mine. And so like when I look at this palette, I think of them and I think of all the great times we had in college. And so I'm going to keep it because I'm a sentimental bitch. This is another one I'm definitely going to keep for sentimental reasons for more than one. This is the Tartelette in Bloom palette. It's the first high-end makeup palette I ever got. And wow, I'm such a crier. My mom bought this for me a few Christmases ago, and knowing nothing about makeup, she went in and bought this for me, and it's one of my most used palettes and also like the dearest to my heart. It's probably almost 10 years old, like it's expired, but I can never get rid of it because now it holds the memory of my first ever high-end makeup palette and also my mom, so I'm keeping this. Then we got some more palettes here. We have the Ace Beauty Scarlet Dusk palette. I'm gonna keep this one as well. I think these shades are really incredible and really unique and I don't really have a lot like this. Again, with Ace Beauty, I like their mattes a lot more than I like their shimmers, but their mattes are super, super vibrant and beautiful, so I'm definitely keeping this palette. Then we have the two palettes from Persona. This is the Identity 2 palette. I'm totally keeping both of these, by the way. Beautiful. I use this one constantly. And I also have the original Identity palette, which I just used the other day, and it stands up. This thing is old. This thing must be 6 years old. Still holds up. Shimmers, unmatched. Mattes, blend like a dream. So good. Next I have the Pure X Raw Beauty Christie palette. It has two sides. This is a neutral side. This is a colorful side. It has mirrors on both sides, which is really nice. I'm gonna pass this one along. Ooh, that felt weird for me to say. I just don't think about this palette. I don't reach for this palette, and I feel like someone's gonna get a lot more love out of it than me. The only reason I would keep it is because of this colorful side. Like, they're really nice, but they definitely stain. These are pressed pigments, so they stain my eyes really bad. And now that I have that huge Meet Matte Hue palette, I think I'm gonna give this one up. I wasn't expecting that. Next I have the Hip.X Rugrats Hanukkah palette. I'm gonna keep this one. Someone very important got it for me and I think about them every time I see it. Also, like, the shimmers in here are really great, the mattes in here are really great, and I always come up with like really interesting looks when I use this palette, so I'm gonna keep it. Hip.X has pretty good shadows. Then I have three more from ColourPop. I didn't realize how many ColourPop palettes I had until right now. These are all Star Wars themed. This is the Darth Vader palette, which I'm keeping. Look at how pretty that is. Then we have the Mandalorian palette, which I'm definitely keeping. It was in my 2020 favorites video. And then also I have the Child palette, which I'm also keeping. It was in my 2020 favorites. Why am I saying 2020? 2022 favorites video. Look at how beautiful these greens are. Keeping. This next one is the Nabla Midlight palette. This is one of the cutie palettes. I really wanted to try Nabla this year and I'm not disappointed. This is probably like one of the coolest palettes I've ever used. I've done like 6 looks with this and I have 6 more in mind, and with just 6 shades. The quality of these shadows, unreal. Unreal. Love this palette. Okay, then I have this palette from NARS, which I'm actually going to pass along and I didn't think I was going to. It's pretty old, it's pretty neutral, and I never reached for it. I have this little Urban Decay Stoned Vibes palette that my little brother got me for Christmas a few years ago. 2 years ago, I think. I'm going to keep it because I'm sentimental and it's beautiful. I have 2 Natasha Denona palettes. I'm going to keep these. I just need to like use them more. Then I have the Persona Cosmetics Color Theory palette in pink. I'm also going to keep this. I have the Urban Decay Mother of Dragons highlighter palette. I'm actually gonna throw this one out. It's very expired. I wasn't going to, but I can't use any of these shades for a highlighter. And I am not like as strongly connected to this from the Urban Decay collection as I am the palette, so I'll be throwing this out because that's expired. And my last little palette's from Nabla. This is the Miami Lights glitter palette. So good. So good. Stunning. Now I'm just going to pick up random things that I see on my desk. So this is the Auric Glow Lust in the shade Morganite. Keeping. I kept the box and the mirror. I'm just going to keep the mirror. I found 2 more palettes. Fucking crazy. This is the Artist palette from Glisten Cosmetics. I just got this one. Very pretty. I've always wanted to try Glisten water inks, so keeping this. And then I also have the Peanuts Wet n Wild cheek palette. I'm actually going to pass this one along because I don't reach for cheek palettes. I liked it, but I don't reach for them. I also have the Auric, this was last year's like Christmas bundle of Smoke Reflex in Disrupt and Entice. They're beautiful. I'm going to try to use them more this year, and the packaging is just like elite. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked palette. I got this a few years ago. This is $80. I'll be taking this with me. I do need to use this more, as we know. I also have 2 powders. I have the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I have the Veil translucent powder from Hourglass. I'm keeping both of these. I also have some Ardell wispies. I don't know how to put on eyelashes, but I'm determined to figure it out. So I bought some like lash clumpies. This is going to be my year to figure it out. And then I also have the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enrich Face Base. Totally taking this with me. I have my bronzer drawer now. I'm going to start with my creams first. My cream contours, my cream bronzers. Cream contours I have 2. I have the M Cosmetics So Soft bronzer in the shade Terra. I love this one. I also just got this one from Nude Sticks. This is the Tinted Blur Sculpt Stick. This is in the shade Nude Neutral Light. I'm keeping both of these. Cream bronzers I have a lot of. This is the Persona Cosmetics Dream Stick in the shade Dune. I use this all the time. It was in my favorites video. I'm definitely keeping that. And also the Nude Sticks Bondi Bay. I've had this one for a few years now. I never reach for this. I'm gonna come back to this one. I'm gonna come back to that. I'm put it to the side of like, do I? This is the Fenty Cream Bronzer in the shade Butter Biscuit. Keeping that one. Always looks good no matter what. This is a new addition. This is the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer in the shade Tan Lines. I really like this one. I'm also gonna keep this. And then the newest one in my collection. This is the NARS Laguna Cream Bronzer. Very nice. Totally keeping this. A little goes a very long way with this product. Then we have some powder bronzers, and I'm gonna get rid of the first one. This is the Novel Cosmetics Skin Bronzing in the shade Ambra. I got this because I love the skin glazing in Ozone so much, but I don't like how packed this powder is. I feel like I don't get a lot of color payoff, and also this shade just doesn't feel right for my skin tone anymore. I've never loved how I looked with this bronzer, so I'm gonna pass this one along. I'm gonna keep the butter bronzer. It's a staple, it's a classic, it's always good. I'm gonna keep the e.l.f. Primer Infuse. This is marketed as a blush, but this was a bronzer. This is Forever Sunkissed. This is a bronzer. I'm gonna keep that one. It's very nice and neutral. I'm never gonna throw this one out either. This is the Marc Jacobs Omega bronzer in the shade Tantastic. It's so good. I'm so sad that the company went under. We got my blush drawer. Let's start with the cream blushes, I guess. This is the Iconic London Sheer Blush in the shade, I don't know. It's a peachy shade. It doesn't have the shade on it, which is really interesting. Okay, this is Iconic London blush, sheer blush. I think it's beautiful. I only have one of this company. I'm gonna keep it. 9. I have 9 Nude Sticks blushes. So many. I'm gonna do a quick rundown of the ones I have. This is Picante. I'm gonna keep this one. I don't have like a bright orange blush like this in my collection. This is the shade Bareback, a very light, neutral, cool-toned pink. I'm going to keep it for the days where I don't want to look like I'm wearing a lot of makeup. This is the shade Rosy Posy. I just got this one. It is really interesting. This is the Matte Luxe. So cool of a formula. It's like matte. It's like a satin finish blush. Cherie, which is a Nudies matte. I'm going to pass that one along. Also, this is Moody Blue. This is a purple blush. It just doesn't look super great on my skin tone. I'm going to pass this one along. I already know who's going to take this one, and I hope they love it. I have Body Language, which is one of my go-to blushes when I don't wear makeup, like foundation. It looks really beautiful. Stunning on the lips as well. I have Bohemian Rose. This is a really cool blue-toned Nudies Bloom, so it's very wet. It's like a dewy luminous blush. Beautiful. This came from their Heaven and Earth collection, and I loved that one. We have Sweet Peach Peony. I have this one on my cheeks today. It's again like a very light blush. It's peachy. It's really beautiful. I actually don't have a lot of peachies in my collection. And then last one we have is Naughty and Spice. This is the first nude sticks product I ever tried, and it is a tried and true, incredible looking mauve shade. I will be keeping this one as well. I became a blush gal this year, so don't judge me. Okay. Then I have this little Bare Minerals blush in the shade Call My Blush. This is a Gen Nude blush. It's really pretty. I don't need it because I have so many mauve toned powder blushes. I'm going to put that one to the side to give away. I have 3 Persona Cosmetics super blushes. I have the shade Caramel, I have the shade Georgia, and I have the shade Bubble. I'm keeping all 3 of them because Persona blushes are some of my favorite things in the whole wide world. Persona is my favorite company. I have this little sample Laura Mercier blush in the shade Rose. It's pretty. It's a rose blush. I have a lot of them. I'm going to pass that one along as well. I have an M Cosmetics blush in the shade Faded Clementine. It's very unique. I'm going to keep it. I have a NARS blush in the shade Deep Throat. I hate the name. Love the blush. I have a KVD Vegan Beauty blush in the shade Foxglove. This is a really pretty mauve. It's almost identical to the Bare Minerals blush I have. I'm going to keep this one. And then I have 2 Hourglass blushes I haven't even thought about in years. This one is Dim Infusion. It's a very nude blush. And then I have this one, which is Incandescent Electra, which is more of a like bright peachy toned blush. I'm gonna keep them. And then I have this drawer, which is like more blushes and a little bit of highlighters. These Persona Cosmetics Dream Stick blushes, keeping them all. I'm gonna say goodbye to these though. These are the ColourPop pressed powder blushes. They're the little hearts. I'm gonna get rid of all but one. I'm gonna get rid of this shade, which is Baby Cakes. It's beautiful. I don't really have a shade like that now though. Oh, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get rid of Dim Infusion from Hourglass, and I'm gonna keep this one, which is Kiss and Tell. These are the hardest packages to open. I'm gonna keep this one instead. I'm also going to keep Flirt Alert. This is a mauve blush, but like a deeper mauve. I'm going to give away Let's Dance. Maybe this is why I never used them, which is a bright, I don't even know what to call this pink, like a coral pink blush. And I'm gonna give away, I'm gonna give away this Hourglass blush too. I don't ever reach for it. Highlighters now. This one is so expired. This is On the Cusp. This is a Kathleen Lights collab. It was my favorite highlighter for so long. It's so beautiful. I know I shouldn't put it on my face anymore. I should get rid of it. Makes me so sad that this was discontinued. I haven't even thought about it. Haven't reached for it. I'm gonna throw that one out. That one's very expired. Then I have this highlighter from Fenty Beauty. This is in the shade Starstruck. This was an interesting formula. It's a lot denser than I thought it would be. I'm gonna pass this one along. I don't really reach for it. It was cool, but it's not my favorite. I do have this Fenty Beauty How Many Carats Diamond Bomb. I'm totally keeping this. You can see it's like stained with color because this is my favorite like shimmery thing to put on top, like a eyeshadow topper. I have 2 cream highlighters. I have Bubbly Baby from Nude Sticks, and I have Gold from Persona Cosmetics. I'm going to keep both of these. And I will never get rid of this highlighter, ever. This is the Nabla Skin Glazing in the shade Ozone. This may be my favorite makeup product. My favorite highlighter ever. I would give up every single highlighter to have this one. I'm gonna give away Bondi Bay. Okay. For making some progress. I have this Animal Crossing ColourPop Glitterly Obsessed Glitter Gel in the shade Billionaire. I thought it was cute. My mom and I played Animal Crossing together. I don't use it. I don't like gel glitters. I'm gonna take my little pencil sharpener with me, and now we're on to pencils. But these are my eyeliners. I used to have a lot of eyeliners, and I used to love putting them in my waterline. I learned, oh my god, my eye doctor got so mad at me. I have chronically dry eyes, and they said that putting this in your waterline actually stops like the water, the tears from getting to your eyes. They said that it looked like someone took sandpaper to my cornea. Even after I stopped wearing these, my eyes are still chronically dry. I have like 4 eye drops. So I don't have a lot of these because I only use them on the top of my lid now. I'm going to keep everything from the Game of Thrones collection. These are really beautiful. And while expired, I'll just do some graphic liner and not put them anywhere near my eyes. And then they still work. That's a hack. Then I have a few more from Urban Decay. I have the shade Alkaline, which is so beautiful. I'm gonna keep that one. I have the shade Raw Energy. I'm actually gonna pass this one along. It's a really nice, like, glittery purple, but I just didn't love it on me. And then I have Zero, which is their black eyeliner. I'm gonna keep this Essence Nude eyeliner, and then Persona recently sent me their eyeliner collection, so I have brown, black, plum, and bronze, all incredible, really great. I'm gonna keep these. Then we have lip liners. I have a lot. A lot of these are brandy new. A lot of these are from ColourPop because I bought like their big box of lippy pencils because I love their lippy pencils so much. So I'm gonna keep them all because they're not even a year old. I just bought them last year, and I love lip liners. I'm not even gonna front lip liners, one of my favorite products ever. Other lip liners from different companies I'm going to keep. Every single one of the Persona Cosmetics liners. Rosewood is my favorite. It is so small compared to the other ones. I use so much of it. Rosewood, this is 90210. This is Dusk, and then this is Almond. Love them. They work so well on their own, as well as like as a lip liner, but I wear them on their own a lot. Never getting rid of these. The Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil. I have the shade Total Taupe and Endless Cacao. Thank you, Katie Jane Hughes, for introducing me to these. Then I have these little things that sit atop of them, so we're gonna go through that. Immediately, there's just like fucking lip stuff everywhere. So I have two NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencils. I'm gonna keep both of them. This is a beautiful red, and this is a really nice, like, brown nude. They stay an incredible amount of time on the lips, even though they're bullets. Then I'm also going to keep this Hourglass Confessions lipstick. This is in the shade At Night. Really beautiful. I just got it in a FabFitFun, and the staying power on this is insane. It's also a beautiful blue toned red. Ugh, so good. I'm going to give away these two Urban Decay 24-hour eyeshadow sticks. I have the shade Mildew and the shade Chaos. I like them, but I'm not a person to reach for crayons. They work really well. I just do not reach for crayons. I'd rather work with like an about face paint or like water inks. So I'm gonna give those away. I have the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Gel in the shade Distortion. I didn't use this nearly enough. This is probably expired. I will be tossing this. We have the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I'm going to pass this along. I liked this. It is very reminiscent of the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I didn't love that one, and I don't love this one. I don't know. I'm more of a hydrating gal rather than a grippy gal, so someone else will really enjoy that. I'm really trying to learn how to put on lashes. I'm gonna keep this because I don't know how to put on lashes. I have two primers. This is the Becca First Light Priming Filter. I'm so sad this isn't one of the products they brought back. And then this is the Touch in Soul Icy Sherbet Primer. I'm gonna keep this. This was my favorite in 2022. I have a few more lipsticks. I have the Dior Rouge. I don't know the name of this. This is the like bullet lipstick that is transfer proof. Incredible. Love it. So good. And then I have two of the Peanuts Wet n Wild lipsticks. This is the shade Santa Snoopy and the shade Charlie Brown. Keeping them both. They're really, really great. Then I have all of my water inks in here. So I have all of my Cut Creaser and my By Mila Lopes collab. I'm going to keep all of them. And then I have my Gavizi, used to be called Glam Vice shades. Yeah, I'm gonna keep them all. It's my last one. Starting off with, this is technically a serum, but I put it in my makeup collection. This is the Glossier Future Dew. I'm gonna keep this. I got some brow products. I have a Milani Weekend Brow Eyebrow Tint in medium brown. This one's old. I'm gonna throw this one out. And then I have two of the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencils in the shade medium brown. I'm definitely gonna keep these. I want to like this pencil. This is the Benefit Gimme Brow Volumizing Pencil. It's supposed to have like fibers in the bristle. I feel like I never get, I feel like I never get a good application with this. You have to press down really hard, like that kind of hurt. It feels like a legitimate pencil, but some people are saying this is our favorite product of 2022, and I'm just confused, and I feel like I'm doing it wrong, and I don't know what I could do differently. I'm gonna pass her along. I don't know what to do with her. I don't know how to do, I don't know, maybe I'm probably the problem here, but. Then I have a setting spray. This is from the Peanuts collab as well. This is the Shake It Like a Snow Globe setting spray. So good. Then we have some foundations. I'm keeping all of them, okay? I have the Fenty Beauty Eavesdrop foundation in the shade 2. I just got this one. This is the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. This is the shade Mont Blanc. which on the website said it was fair neutral. This is a little bit dark for me in the winter. The only like lighter shade is fair cool, and I'm just not cool toned, so I'll take the neutral undertone and I'll make it work in the summer. Then I have the Urban Decay Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator in the shade 20 Fair. So good, totally keeping this one. I have my 2022 favorite. This is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Tint. So good. I have the shade 115. And a new love of mine. This is the Nude Sticks Tinted Cover Foundation in the shade Nude 1. So good, y'all. Then I also have the mascara I'm currently using. This is the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara in the shade Jet. It's pretty good. I have some glosses. I'm going to keep this M Cosmetics gloss in the shade Quartz. It's the only clear gloss I have. Then I have the Persona Cosmetics E-Balm in the shade Gratitude, which is this chocolate brown. I have a About Face Smoothing Shadow Fix. This is the eye primer. I'm keeping this the only eye primer I own. I have the Fenty Beauty lipstick in the shade Loudspeaker, Crowd Surfer, and Rowdy Roadie. This is their like berry collection from their Christmas collab this year. Very good. I also love this berry packaging. Keeping these. This is a Secret Santa gift, so I'm keeping it. It's cute. This is the Urban Decay Vice lipstick in the shade No Parking. She's gorgeous, okay? This is the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump. I got a sample in the shade Primrose, and I wanted to see what all the hype was about, and I haven't seen what all the hype is about yet, so I haven't used it. I gotta keep that. I'm gonna throw this one out. This is a sample of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer in the shade Dark Brown. I don't use the brand. Don't know why I kept it. I'm gonna keep this. This is the 24-Hour Brow Setter from Benefit, and of course my 2022 favorite and forever favorite. This is the ColourPop Brow Boss Brow Gel in the shade Clear. I also have two concealers. I have the Nude Sticks Nude Fix Concealer, my 2021 and 2022 concealer favorite, and a recent one that I like, but I feel this is a little troubling. It looks like it's kind of separating. I don't know if you guys can see on camera. Is it supposed to do that? This is brand new. I like this one too. I don't know. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Beige. Very good. Keeping this. Hopefully it's not expired or something. This is my like, I wish I was this person. I'm gonna keep most of these actually. From ColourPop, from Wet n Wild. They're just like little gemstones. All of this is expired though, all this stuff. And it's unopened, which is really fucking sad. This is the Wet n Wild Fantasy Makers. This is like the thing they do every Halloween. I have a red pot, a black pot, a white pot. I have every single one of the palettes they have. I don't think these are expired because they have literally never been opened. Okay, I'm gonna put away the things that haven't been touched or opened because I think they might still be okay. I wanna be the person to like do cool FX makeup during the winter and then during Halloween, and then it's been like the worst month of the year. Every single year for the last 2 years. Last year I thought my mom was gonna die that month, and then this year my mom died like 4 days before that month, so I don't feel in the spirit. Throwing all of these away. These are like chubby multi-sticks. I have opened them and used them and they're definitely expired. We're doing all lipsticks now. Okay, we're going through some Vice lipsticks. These are the old packaging. I also have one with the new packaging. The shade 1993. So good. I keep saying every time they go on sale I'm gonna like refill my collection because this is about a year old. They don't look like they're expired just yet. 1993. This is the shade Liar. One of my all-time favorite shades. So good. I do have a video on my YouTube of me trying on these, my whole collection back then. This is the shade Crisis. This is a cream. Beautiful. This is a recent. This is one of the more recent ones I got. They were having a big sale when they changed the packaging and I bought a whole bunch then. We have the shade Stark Naked. So good. Oh, I also haven't thrown some of these out because they don't have them in the new packaging. Stark Naked is I think one of them. Oof. Such a good shade. Nighthawk. We have the shade Backseat. This is another one of the newer ones I got. We have the shade Morning After. Oh, I wish they would bring this back. This is so pretty. It's like a baby pink, but it's sheer. It's so nice. I get compliments every time I wear it. Bad Blood. This is one of the more recent ones I got. And then Fuel 2.0. This is another recent one. This is a more peachy nude. Very pretty. I also have stuck in here from Oma Beauty. This is the shade Sexual Chocolate. This was the collab with coming to America too. I bought this shade because it reminds me of an Urban Decay shade that is discontinued. It's a little bit more brown, but I stand by that this is very close to another Urban Decay shade, which is expired. It was so expired. Very limited edition, but it's my favorite lipstick shade of all time. Depends on Traffic, which I'm actually wearing on my lips today. Then we have Oat Milk. This is like the lightest. I don't know why I bought this one. It's too light for even me, but I'm gonna learn how to make it work. June Gloom, beautiful. This is a sheer, but it's also like a sheer shine shade. Say that 10 times fast. And then Hideaway, which is like a really cool, yeah, like mauve. I do love mauve shades. I'm actually gonna pass this Anastasia Beverly Hills one along. This is in the shade, this looks mad gross. I only used it one time. What the fuck? Hey, yo. I'm gonna clean that before I give that to somebody. This is in the shade Butterscotch. Again, I don't really love the brand. I got it in a subscription box. Rest in peace, Bite Beauty. This is their shade in Sugar Buns. I love it. I'm gonna keep it. About Face Matte Lip Color. This is the black shade. This is the Persona Cosmetics OG liquid lipstick. When they come back with their Holy Grail, literally called Holy Grail, matte liquid lipstick, I gotta get it. It's the most beautiful red I've ever seen. Recently picked this one up. This is the Air Matte Lip Color in the shade Thrust. Transfer proof, very comfortable. Kaleidos Cloud Lab Lip Clay in the shade Mahogany. It's a very deep brown. It's very pretty. Have some lip glosses. I'm gonna pass this one along. This was sent to me. This is the e.l.f. Cosmetics Pinkies Up. It's like a lip tint. I also got these in a subscription box and I wanted to try them and I wanted to love them and I didn't. This is the Fenty Beauty Heat lip glosses in the shade Hot Cherry and Lemon Lava. I put one of these on my lips one time and it was too much for me. I'm a baby. I'm going to keep the Fenty Cosmetics Cream lip gloss in the shade Mauve Wise. So beautiful. This is the Alamar lip gloss in the shade Birthday Suit. Very pretty, very pretty. This is the ColourPop's Luxe lip gloss in the shade Lust. Very pretty, very new. I'm gonna keep these. The only two I have left from Persona Cosmetics. I used to have all their glosses, but then when the pandemic hit, I stopped wearing gloss outside, but I still have these two because these are pretty recent. Twilight and Hibiscus. I'm gonna keep these. And then the person who gave me the Hanukkah Rugrats collab, it came with these. He got me the whole collab. I'm gonna keep them because I'm a sentimental bitch. These are not lipsticks, but they're here. These are the About Face Fluid Matte Eye Paints. I got the primary colors so I can mix and match. They're incredible. They were my 2022 favorites. Keeping all these, boys. We have some miscellaneous nude sticks products I have here. We have the Magnetic Plush Paints. I have the shade Love Cloud. This is beautiful. Keeping this one for sure. And the shade Sunset Peach, also really beautiful. I have 3 magnetic eye colors in the shade Weed, Oceana, and Lilac Sky. This is from their Heaven and Earth collab. Really, really good. And then this little one in Posh, I'm gonna throw this one out. I have some ColourPop Lippy Sticks. I got these pretty recently too. I'm gonna keep all of them. This is my drawer of expired limited edition lipsticks from Urban Decay that I would do anything for them to bring back, and I can't get rid of them because they're so good. Okay, first is the Urban Decay Game of Thrones collab. These shades are insane. We have White Walker. Oh, it looked so good every time I wore it. I have not put it on my lips in years though because I know this is very, very expired. Sansa Stark, what a beautiful sheer peachy nude. Oh, Cersei Lannister, oh my god, I'm not a big metallic girl, but this bronze lip looks so good. Would I risk wearing this again? Maybe. And then Daenerys Targaryen is a beautiful metallic red, but not too metallic. These are the ones that hurt me the most. This is a Basquiat collab with Urban Decay. This is in the shade Epigram. Maybe saying that wrong. Look at how beautiful the packaging is. It's literally one of his pieces of art. What a beautiful shade. These came out maybe in 2017, like hardcore expired, like gross, but it's art. Like I can't throw out art. This is the one I've been looking for a dupe for years. This is the shade Abstract from that same collab. First of all, like again, the packaging, next level. And this shade looks so unassuming, but it almost feels like it changed with the pH balance of your lips. It's cool toned, it's a nude, but it could show up either sheer or dark depending on the day. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. Let me put it on the back of my hand. I can't explain it. I can't explain the hold this has over me. Let me actually show you what Sexual Chocolate looks like. They're not super close, but in my mind they are. I would do anything to get this shade to come back. I would do anything. That's dramatic. I would do a lot of things to get that shade back. That's it. That's my entire collection. This is a long video. I'm very sorry. Thanks for going through with me. I got rid of a lot more stuff than I thought I would. Let me go literally put paper towel around every piece of makeup and then put it in a bag so that it doesn't break in transportation. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll have new videos in the new year in a new place. That's very exciting for me. Yeah, if you know a dupe for abstract, help a girl out, please. Help a girl out. The hold this has over me, it's so... Anyway, happy 2023. Thanks for doing this declutter with me. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone.